Hi, it's Danny from Danny Sports Bar here in Pattaya, looking ahead at the week in the world of sports. And this is a really big week, last week of June, first week of July. There's so much going on, and not just the World Cup, but we'll start with the World Cup because obviously the biggest event in the world every 4 years in the sports world. And we've moved this week into the knockout stage. The knockout stage is one round longer than in the past. We're going with 32 teams on the knockout stage. It was before 32 teams in the entire tournament. Now we've knocked it down from 48 down to 32. And we have the round of 32 started on Sunday night, runs all the way through this Saturday morning, and we'll have 16 games in that time, including England. And fortunately, finally, we've been given here in Thailand a nice start time for an England game. England will play Senegal at Wednesday at 11 p.m. our time. Our bar will be packed. I'm absolutely certain of that. If you want to come see the game here, get here early. We're not reserving seats. Just get here early if you want a good seat. Also in the round of 32, USA, they're playing on Thursday morning at 7 o'clock against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Australia made it to the knockout stage. They're playing Friday night, 1 a.m. against Egypt. Plenty of other games. Obviously, Brazil, Japan is Monday night. We have France playing against Sweden. There's all the big teams obviously are in it. Argentina's playing Cape Verde, which was surprised to get in it. Then on Saturday night, we'll begin the round of 16. So we're moving quite along here towards getting towards the final, which will be still a ways away on July 19th. But by the end of this week, we'll be down to 16 teams in the World Cup. Right now, still 32. So that's the World Cup. Also this week, now the World Cup's been going on for a long time in football. Rugby has its World Cup next year. But what they've decided to do in the non-World Cup years in rugby is, this is first time this year, they're playing what they call the Nations Championship. And what they've done is they've taken the top 12 rugby playing countries in the world. And they always played internationals in the Southern Hemisphere in July, internationals in the Northern Hemisphere in November. What they've done instead this year is they've made it into a schedule and with points in it. So all 12 teams will be playing this Saturday in the Southern Hemisphere, well, in Japan and the Southern Hemisphere. For rugby purposes, they count Japan as part of that. But that includes South Africa against England. It includes, on the afternoon, the first game of the tournament, New Zealand, the All Blacks against France at 2 o'clock in the afternoon our time. The England game will be 10 o'clock. All those teams are involved. They'll be playing 3 weeks right now, 3 weeks again in November, followed by a finals weekend, semifinals and final at the end of November in London. So it's hard to say with the brand new tournament how much excitement there's going to be. But when you have these big countries, normally international rugby, when you get these countries playing each other, there's a lot of interest. So I'm expecting this Saturday to be a lot of interest in that. Saturday, of course, is the 4th of July, big day for all Americans, Independence Day. This year, the 250th anniversary of our country, and the signing of the Declaration of Independence anyway. And we will have food here at Danny's, as we always do on the 4th of July. And we'll have at 11:30 p.m., as we always do on the 4th of July, live from Coney Island in New York, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Some of us, it's one of our favorite events of the year. But that will also be going on Saturday. The other thing that happens Saturday, starting Saturday, is the Tour de France. That goes on for a couple of weeks. Starts Saturday, actually starts in Barcelona this year rather than in France, but they'll be moving on, and obviously through France. Even if you don't love the cycling, the views of the French countryside as the cyclists go through it is always something to watch. And just the power of those cyclists going through France, cycling all the way through. Also this week, Wimbledon, the first week of Wimbledon started Monday. We'll go, obviously, the fortnight, the 2 weeks of Wimbledon. This is the first week, just the first round. A couple of interesting stories in it. One of them being Serena Williams, who got a wild card entry into the women's tournament and is playing again at Wimbledon. And, of course, Yannick Sinner, the number one in the world, trying to win, which he couldn't do at the French Open, even though Carlos Alcaraz, his big rival, has been out, missed that tournament and will miss this one because of injury. Novak Djokovic, his wondering if he still has it at his age, 39 years old. So Wimbledon goes on every day from 5 p.m. All week. There's cricket all week. There's baseball all week. There's AFL and NRL. World Cup, as we said. There's plenty going on here at Danny's. Also Formula One. The British Grand Prix is this weekend. The sprint race is 6 p.m. on Saturday. The Formula One British Grand Prix, 9 p.m. on Sunday night. And the way things have gone in the last two races, the championship race seemed wide open again after Kimi Antonelli had won several in a row. George Russell won last week in Austria. Before that, Lewis Hamilton won. We don't know yet who's going to win the championship this year. The British Grand Prix, obviously, a home race for both Hamilton and George Russell. And we'll see what happens with that. Plenty going on. Big week in sports. Come see us at Danny's.